Good morning friends, it's Alex on the block, and today I'll be doing a 24-hour readathon. So I'll be reading for one whole day if I can. Obviously, I'll be sleepy, I'll be tired, so I'll just try to cram all the reading that I can for the whole day. So essentially, I am participating in the Basically Readathon, which is a readathon run by Basically Brit, and it's a readathon wherein you're supposed to read a book that's been on your TBR for so long already. And for this readathon, I'll be reading The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi because I never actually finished that book. So my goal for today is to finish The Gilded Wolves and maybe also read The Patron Saints of Nothing because that's been on my TBR forever. And those two books are also actually in my Wikathon TBR, so that's like hitting two birds with one stone. So yeah, I'll just try to read as much as I can for this day. So update, I am now on page 240, and what I can say about this book is that it's the kind of book that needs your full attention because it has a lot of details and it has like a lot of explanations as to how the world works. The world building is very good, but also there's a lot of things in this book that you really have to pay attention to and to remember. Also, I like that it has all of these clues and you kind of try to solve it with them. I really like that. Like in this page, there's this thing. So basically, they try to solve what that means, and as they try to solve it, you're obviously thinking with them as well, like trying to make sense of what they're saying, because this book has like a lot of cultures integrated in it. So for this one, the words are in Latin, Roman, Egyptian, and there's also like North African. So I also really appreciate how well thought of this book is and how well constructed it is, because if I'm the one who wrote this, not saying that I'm a writer, but if I'm the one who conceptualized this, my brain would just go nuts because there's a lot of things in here, there's a lot of information, and I wouldn't know how to piece them together to make it coherent and readable. So that's very good. So I guess now I understand why people seem to have a problem with reading this book, because it does need your full attention and it does need quite a few brain cells. But I feel like it's well constructed enough that it carefully lays everything out. If you just put your attention on it, like, you definitely understand it as the book progresses. Obviously at first it's quite difficult, but as the book progresses, your effort to place attention on reading this book, like actually reading this book and not just passively consuming it, all that effort will not be wasted because the book is actually really good. Also, I think, not really super related, but I think that this goes to show that some of us read books like extremely passively, like we consume them for the sake of consuming books, if you know what I mean, because in the book community, obviously there's a lot of numbers, statistics, and when you see someone having already read like 100 books and you're there having read like 20 books, and you're kind of, it's the activism, I don't know what they call this, like how you compare yourself to others on social media. And I think it still applies. So I guess if you're reading this and you're in that mindset that you need to read a lot of books this year, like you need to read them fast, you need to read a lot to be able to talk about it and to just satiate your need for just to read more and to be able to say that you've read more. This really reflects that thinking, if you get what I mean. Because with this book, you obviously have to take your time, and I get how some of us could be frustrated because obviously social media, your comparison with other people, and also it affects our attention span. So if your attention span right now is not at its greatest, probably this book will not be for you, I guess. So yeah, just some thoughts. I'm gonna go back to reading now. So it's 1:48 p.m. right now, and I just had lunch and I just finished The Gilded Wolves, which I gave 3 stars, mainly because, as I said, like there was so much research that was done to produce this book, and obviously the plot and the world building, the author did a great job. But with that, however, what I think was lacking is the development of the characters and their relationships, because this has like a found family trope, the theme trope, but I didn't really feel that much connection there. Like if there's this intense scene, like I'm not screaming for the character to like run so he will be saved or whatever. I know they are interesting, on their own they're interesting, and I love that there's diversity. There's a Filipino Spanish character, but then again, I didn't really connect with them that much. And now I'm actually going to read, wait, let's see here. I'm going to read one article from this because I'm reading this like one by one. This is actually like 85 years of great writing. So this has a lot of time articles. And I'm reading them one by one. So I've only read like 3 of them, and this isn't even mine. This is my parents, but they're not reading it. So this is the one that I read recently. It's called Masterpiece by James A.G. and it's about Shakespeare's Henry V, and I actually did love The King, which is recent movie adaptation of Henry V. I really like that, and I also like to just underline stuff because I feel like this is a little bit like learning something. But this is really interesting. It has topics ranging from the national experience, so I think this is about patriotism, the global arena, and then war zones, all business, the art scene, frontiers of science and medicine, the social fabric, and persons of the year. So yeah, I'm just gonna read one of the articles in here before I read another book, probably Returned Saints of Nothing. Hey everyone, so it's 3:24 p.m. now, and I just wanted to share this with you. So I'm reading Patron Saints of Nothing, and I'm feeling the 5-star vibes. I just feel like this is gonna be a 5-star read, and I just wanted to share with you that, I don't know, I feel like the depiction of the country in this book is so spot on. And then there's this character, Tito Maning. I actually have a grandpa who's named Maning. Tito Maning, basically he's the father of June. So June is the main character's cousin, and whose death spurred his trip to the Philippines. So the main character just arrived in this part, and Tito Maning, obviously he's the head of the household and whatnot, so he's at like the head of the table and he's like the quintessential toxic man in the Philippines, like the boomers who are just misogynistic, who do not place value on studying art. Like he even said here, she's still wasting your tatay's money studying art. And then he goes to say that the main character's mom should be not busy or something like that because the mom got promoted, and he's like saying these backhanded like comments that women shouldn't be spending too much time working because who's going to take care of the children. Like, Tito Maning, please shut up and just Tito Maning, no Tito Maning, no. And also, like, cause the main character's his brother has a boyfriend, and obviously Tito Maning was asking how they're doing, like all of his family members, and so the main character said that, yeah, my brother is spending time with his boyfriend, and Tito Maning makes a face. Like, anyway, I'm only at page 175 now. I feel like I'm going to be able to finish this today because I just like the story a lot. Like, a lot. But yeah, I just wanted to rant about Tito Maning because he has everything toxic in this country. Hey everyone, so update, it's 4:43 p.m. now, and I just finished Patron Saints of Nothing, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's so good. It discusses quite a lot of issues that the Philippines is facing right now, or has been facing for a long time. And I think that everyone should read this. Like, everyone should educate themselves on what is happening in other countries, and I think this book is a good entry point to feeling this kind of overall judicial situation in the Philippines. So yeah, I'm really recommending this to everyone, not just Filipinos, because obviously we know all this stuff. I mean, maybe not all of this stuff. Some of us are still denial about these things, or just don't care. But yeah, a lot of people should really read this book, and I'm not gonna say anymore. It's just, yes. So now I'm actually going to read a book for Nostalgiathon, which is a readathon hosted by Tiffany, Brianna, and Alexandra, I believe. And it's basically a readathon wherein you're going to read like nostalgic books. And at first I wasn't actually going to be participating, but it's so cold right now, and I just feel like reading some of my childhood faves. And I actually checked the Twitter and there are actually prompts. Probably won't be able to do them all because I'm participating in Wikathon and there's a lot of books to read for Wikathon. So yeah, but I still want to support and participate Nostalgiathon even if I only read one book. So I'm going to read, what's this? Nancy's Mysterious Letter, Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew is my absolute favorite childhood book. Actually, I was planning to read Winx Club, but I can't find my copy. So yeah, I'm just reading Nancy Drew, very classic. I only got this for like 10 pesos. And a US dollar is 50 pesos, so this is like $1/5. This is so good. I love Nancy Drew so much, and I think this fits the prompt to read a book where you wanted to be the main character. Obviously, when I was a kid, I wanted to be Nancy Drew. I wanted to solve mysteries. I wanted to be this gorgeous, gorgeous girl who is smart and can solve mysteries. So yeah, I mean, look at her. It's so old-fashioned. Like, look at that. She's so pretty. Actually, I have other Nancy Drew books, but this is the one that I want to read right now. So yeah, this is my 4th book today. Good evening, friends. So it's 9 p.m. and I'm actually thinking of ending the vlog here because I wanted to get ready for bed and just my brain's too full from reading a lot today. So just to recap, I read The Gilded Wolves earlier and then I read an article in this book, 85 Years of Great Writing. I read an article about basically God and how we define God and the future of how we define God. It's very theological. And then I read Patron Saints of Nothing, which I gave 5 stars because so good. And then for Nostalgiathon, I read this one, Nancy's Mysterious Letter. So it's pretty short. And then I actually finished The Bone Witch just like a few minutes ago, and I feel like I'm giving it 3.5 stars. Yeah, it feels like a 3.5 star read. That ending confused me so much. I'm still thinking about the ending. Oh my god. I feel like I need to read the next book soon so that it's all just gonna make sense. But yeah, anyway, so I've read a total of 5 books, although of course I only read like 1 article in this one, but I'm still counting it because it's still a book. And then yeah, I feel like I'm just going to meditate tonight. I feel like I have too many thoughts in my brain that I kind of need to just slow down. But before sleeping, I will be rereading this one, The Wicked King, because I reread The Cruel Prince like last week, I believe, and I kind of just want to continue rereading. So yeah, I'll probably read this until I fall asleep. And this is actually a pretty quick read too, so maybe I'll finish this tomorrow. But yeah, I'm ending the vlog here. I hope you liked this video. I hope you had a great day today. If it's morning, good morning. And if it's evening there, good evening. For me, it's good night. Bye.